Right, well, good morning, everybody. Just a few notices from me this morning as we start our penultimate week of this academic year. Can you believe it? We've only got 2 weeks left before the end of the year. But it's been particularly nice over the last week or so to see some of you in person back in the school as we've responded to government guidance, where we've been allowed to have small groups of you from year 10 and year 12 back in to meet with your tutors. And I hope very much that those of you who have been able to do that have enjoyed the opportunity. We've certainly enjoyed seeing you again and getting to talk with you. And I know I know that for many of you that is also the case. So I'm also conscious of the fact that for some of you, particularly those in year 7, 8, 9, that has not been possible, and therefore it is inevitably, I suppose, challenging to hear that kind of a message. But perhaps you can take some comfort in the fact that by being able to bring some of those other students back in, it has enabled us to think really carefully and to start planning how we are going to ensure a full return of students in September. And I promised your parents in my letter to them on Friday that I'd send them a full brochure on this subject before the end of term, and of course you will have access to that too. But my intention is that we open this college fully in September to students. There will, of course, need to be changes to our routine, changes to how we operate. There will be certain things that we're used to doing that we just can't do anymore. There will inevitably be changes to our operation. But I want to give you the reassurance that my default position is that I intend for this school to be fully open in September. It may be that we can't do it immediately. It may be that we can't do it wholly. It may be that we start doing it and then we have to change. It may be any of those things. We don't know. But you need to know from me that my intention is that I want you back here learning in this school and to be having the experience of being back here in St Dunstan. And that's what we're planning for at the moment. One of the biggest barriers that we currently have, and I know lots of you are listening to the news and listening to those daily briefings, is the current guidance on the 2-metre social distancing, which is there from government. And you'll be aware there's quite a lot of pressure on the government at the moment to change that, to lower it. And one of the reasons there's pressure is because if there is a 2-metre social distancing guidance, it essentially becomes impossible for our school and indeed nearly every other school to open fully, because we just don't have enough space to keep everybody 2 metres apart. But there is every chance to believe that may well change in the coming weeks. And I think what's important at the moment is that we plan for full opening, and that's what we're intending to do. So, as I say, there is a brochure coming to your families before the end of summer. So at the end of this week, it comes to you, which will go through all of the things that we're going to do, all the things that we're planning for over the summer to make sure that if we possibly can, we open this school up from September to everybody so that you can return. Until then, we have, of course, 2 weeks more of school. Year 7 to 9, you've finished your formal timetabled lessons. You move on to the Festival of Curiosity. Please take it seriously. I know you will. There's lots of really exciting ideas in there and exciting projects for you to work on. You've had, every cloud, I'm sure, does have a silver lining. And if there was a silver lining to this pandemic, one of the things for you has been that it's really forced you to hone your skills of independent learning. And this festival, this 2-week period, really allows you to explore that independent thought and independent learning. So please do that. And I can't wait to see the outcomes, because I'm sure some of you are going to create some amazing projects from this period. So go for it. Use those independent skills well. And year 10, I know you're continuing as normal and starting to think about those end of year exams, which we're hoping to have at the very end of August, as you know. There are really good reasons why we're doing those exams. We're not just doing it for the sake of it. It gives you a really, really good set of data, a benchmark, a line in the sand, if you like, to say, this is where I am in my GCSE course. This is what I'm currently attaining. This is what I would get if I sat the GCSE course tomorrow. And the reason that's important is because your teachers then know that, you then know that, and you're able to work with your teachers to say, well, actually, I want to end up getting this in my GCSEs. So we all know what we're working towards and from what position. So it is really important that A, we have those exams, and B, that you work really hard for them so that you're able to present the very best of yourself. And then you know, when you're going into a final year of GCSE, this is where I'm at and this is where I want to go. I just wanted to give a bit of context to that, because I know for some of you it's been a bit disappointing that the thought of having exams at the end of August. So there we are, 2 more weeks to go. Lots of exciting things to look forward to, particularly for year 7 to 9 with this festival of curiosity that's being put on for you. But for all of you, I hope you have a really good week and look forward to continuing to end this year on a high, whilst also planning for that full opening in September, which I think is an important statement of principle.